The Night Shift is a real-play D&D video and podcast series for mature audiences. Content warnings can be found in the episode descriptions.
Last time on the night shift.
Do you have
any
knowledge at all of the manse itself that could maybe help us in any
believe
way?
Me, I know everything about the manse. I know everything about
except for where this entrance comes out of.
Yeah, I mean, go in the manse, presumably.
You know about it, like
he's a highly ambitious guy for somebody who doesn't know that much.
I can't scrape together gold. My soul's already sold. So if you're trapped under a spell, I wish you well. And if a creature roams your streets, you do better to retreat. 'Cause if you want it done right, don't hire the night shift.
The Snagmire is foreboding territory. In daytime, its floor is dim and fetid, but at night, the landscape silently communicates an unwelcoming sense of dread. All manner of insects chirp around you, but every few minutes, the entire place seems to go silent. Almost as if someone is watching. As if someone has signaled the wild to go quiet. That silence is broken only by your footfalls and the occasional sound of someone slapping at a bug, accompanied by a low curse. The tall trees provide a high canopy under which all manner of barbed plants snake across the ground. The darkness around you is not complete. It is illuminated from the ground by glowing mushrooms that give off a soft blue light. You find the spot that Penn has instructed you to find, and a path is cut through those mushrooms and through the swamp in front of you. We have not been in this place before, but what I do want to ask is, how do your characters feel entering this particular area? It is deep at night, by the way. We're talking like midnight.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to ask him just about that out of character. So then a little bit of time has passed since we got here.
Yes.
Was it a pretty chill walk over, like
it's
a restful walk over?
It's a short rest.
Can I get my spell slot back?
Shit, we don't get a spell slot for a short rest, though, right?
Correct.
All right, never mind. And we're already all full health.
Well, so I will say that, Kestrel's a druid, so she feels very comfortable in nature. But the worst terrain to her is a swamp. So she can handle forests and mountains and beaches and whatnot. She hates swamps. There's something about all the creepy crawly things that could be growing within it, and she's just like already a little on edge, but still more than she would be in a city, I would say.
Okay, Timbo?
I feel like Timbo's pretty comfortable here. It's
No
like,
fire, right?
Yeah.
Hard to light a fire in a swamp.
So that's what I was going to say. Like,
Don't swamps have
night,
like eternal fire?
The problem
sometime?
at night is when light comes from fires, from torches, and if he has to carry a torch or be around other people with torches. But the
Tom
glow
lights
of,
up a
Flare.
Yeah. Can't see anything out here.
the glow of the mushrooms is
I have
actually
dark
kind of
vision.
soothing, and really like, generally speaking, Timbo's
kind
fine
of at
in this
ease.
side of environment.
Okay, Attilius.
Same. I feel like with Attilius being a dragon and like having some lizard DNA in him or something, like the swamp. He's fine with the swamp, the stench of it, everything about it. I think he's comfortable there.
Okay.
Um,
Tom Bombo.
I mean, I'm definitely, like I said, I think it smells. I think it's a little disgusting.
You're lower to the ground, so you're getting all that.
Yeah, I am very close. Well, I'm riding on your back.
Okay, right.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But
When are you not?
I don't know, though. I feel like if I had to be honest, I just feel like I'm kind of a little too dumb to maybe appreciate the full seriousness of the situation. So, like, I'm uncomfortable, but, like, even, like, when everything stops, I don't feel like, not exactly the most perceptive member of the party. So
Fair enough. All right.
I'm definitely uncomfortable, but I don't know if I'm scared.
All right. I want everyone to make a die 20 roll, and your choice is between perception, investigation, nature, or animal handling. So you can choose from any of those four.
No difference at all.
But but I need you to tell me.
Okay, I need to tell you before. Okay,
ideally before you roll.
I am making a animal handling check.
Okay.
What were the options again? Sorry.
Perception, investigation, nature, and animal handling. I know you already rolled, Lindsay.
Yeah, but I wanted to do nature. It's my highest one. I got 11.
An 11 in nature.
Yeah.
I think Kestrel in particular seems to take, kind of pride in the even though the swamp land is not exactly her area, she does know nature very well. And so she sort of points out some of the dangers that Penn has alluded to. She helps a few of you sidestep, particularly like ducking under some of the spider webs that are in your way. And she sort of even like waves at the spider as she goes by. Like, hey, hello, we're just passing. And sort of helps people navigate in that way.
So she definitely saw a spider. I'm just making sure. She's seen
They
a
are
spider.
Absolutely
Okay.
saw a spider.
Okay, excellent.
I do have a danger sense. I don't know if that applies here whatsoever. The main thing is that it says I have an advantage on a dex saving throw against effects that I can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. I don't know that this is a saving throw anyway.
It is not, but it's a good thing to keep in mind. Anytime I make you roll a dex saving throw, keep that in mind.
Yep.
I rolled a 9 in animal handling.
A 9 in animal handling. T-Bob, or rather Tom Bombo, are you trying to...
I have no idea.
realized-
I don't even know their animal. You just said animal handling, and I wanted to see where that would go.
Yeah.
So, like, what animal was I trying to wrangle?
I think-
Spider?
I think maybe one of the spiders that you see, you're like, maybe you want to put it in a jar or
Yeah,
something?
hell yeah.
I think there's a couple like frogs and lizards, but you're not nearly fast
No, well, I'm
enough.
riding on the shoulders, too. So, like, the spiders are at my eye level.
Yeah. All right. So I think you try and capture a spider in a jar. You end up grabbing that jar and sort of just clamping the lid on the other side of the web and capturing that spider, and then you watch as hundreds of little baby spiders peel off its back.
Wait, like
Keep
inside
them in the jar.
inside the jar?
Shut the fuck up. Tom!
Look.
Tom!
I just throw it on the ground.
Done. I'm done with this.
Look at all those spiders.
Kestrel
Look at all
snatches
those
up the jar.
spiders.
You need to be quiet. Remember?
I thought it was one spider, and then there were like 1,000 spider
care.
babies. That's terrifying.
I don't care. Shut up. We need to be
Who
quiet.
wants to hold on to the jar of spiders? I don't feel comfortable with it.
I'll take it.
I shove it into
right.
Timbo's hand.
Not a problem, mate.
Timbo, what do we roll?
Thank you, Timbo.
We are rolling. That was for perception, and it was a 16. But I have -2, so 14.
14. Okay, so I think, I'll circle back to you.
I'm going to roll for investigation as well.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And that's also a +3, so.
So a couple things here happen. I was all set to do something, and now he's unwound it.
Sorry.
There are a couple times where Kestrel, while showing everybody the natural surroundings, and Tom, while throwing a jar to the ground and cursing, brush up against mushrooms, vines. There's a time when a frog sort of hops across your path. In each of those instances, Attilius seems to know exactly what to do. Attilius has been around this area for a long time, and you guys didn't realize how much knowledge he'd gained. Perhaps even Attilius didn't realize how much knowledge he'd gained. But for example, when the frog hops by, its back emits this poison gas, and he just puts a piece of paper over it, rips a scroll out, holds it over the frog, and then the frog hops away, and he crumbles up the paper, puts it back in his bag. When someone brushes up against that rush room, the spores blow out, and he just blows. He just, engulfs a bunch of air and blows, and all those spores sort of float the other direction. And I don't know that anybody even really notices. Attilius is just sort of the silent guardian doing this thankless work. But I will tell you that at least two of you were about to take damage.
I'm gonna blow back on him. Just
Yeah, can I?
you're
Trying to
silly.
save you.
Well, can I roll something to like notice that Attilius is doing something? Because I want to investigate the spores. I want to know what they do.
I think you can make a perception roll to see if you pick up on it. Yeah.
Okay. 20.
Like a nat 20?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Throwing your story all out of whack now.
I notice everything that he does.
Save some of this for the fight, guys.
Yeah, Attilius was just sort of... Attilius is the strong and quiet type, and he sort of does things quietly, and it's okay if he doesn't get thanked for it. That's always been how Attilius is. But immediately, Kestrel sort of starts picking up on these things. Not only because she has that nature sense, but also she's just being very observant at this moment. And she eventually starts sort of tapping Attilius on the shoulder and sort of, hey, what exactly are you doing here? What does that do? So I would say you guys walk away.
How the hell do you know more nature shit than I do?
It's a good question.
Because the DM says
I'm
so.
just feeling...
Just born with it.
I'm
I
feeling
rolled
the
a really
life of the
good-
swamp.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
I'm ingesting what is surrounding in these surroundings. I feel comfortable at home here.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Nesthaven.
Hundreds of spiders.
So
many
what do the spores
spiders.
do?
Yeah,
Yes.
so a couple things happen here. You guys, after discussing what the spores do, they cause blindness. Attilius knows this because of a previous project with the night shift, where he had to come into this particular swamp and was blinded several times. You guys put a couple of mushrooms in a single jar and cap it up, enough to, Attilius thinks it's probably enough to blind like a 10 by 10 area.
I love mushrooms, so
Don't
Not that
eat
sort of
the
can I hold
mushrooms.
on? Can I hold on to these mushrooms?
Don't eat
Yes,
the
I
mushrooms.
don't want
Don't
anything
eat these
to do.
ones.
Do not eat these mushrooms.
Okay, I'll trust you. But can I hold on to them?
If you're very careful with them.
The other thing,
Can I slice them, dice them, and put them in a stew?
No, you cannot.
write it down on your character sheet or you don't have it.
Yeah.
The other thing that you guys...
Mason jar of poisonous spiders.
The other thing that Attilius and Kestrel do in concert is you notice that you're definitely making too much noise at some point. Really, the other two are making too much noise. And you see that the thing that's following you, the thing that's perhaps signaling to the wild, is a series of red-eared goblins. Red-eared goblins are well known in this area. It's the local goblin clan. They paint their ears red with the blood of their enemies. They can be vicious, but
Obviously.
left to their own devices, they largely leave people alone. You're in their land, and you knew that coming into it. I think between the two of you, you kind of make some friendly gestures to them. Yeah, indicate that you're leaving, and they largely leave you alone. The only thing that happens is at one point, one of them kind of steps out from behind a bush and goes, "Kanga, me Kanga, you leave."
We're just passing through. Passing through.
Me Kanga, you leave, and then he disappears into the bush again.
I don't think he understood you.
I tried.
Perhaps we should give them an offering of some
With-
sort.
Maybe.
Maybe a jar of spiders.
No, let's keep the spiders.
Okay.
Let's keep walking.
With those 20s in mind, I think you successfully navigate the mushrooms, the stride gators. I mean, there are numerous situations here that I was really hoping to spring on you that I no longer get to have in my tool belt. After about 2 hours of walking, you guys are, sweating. The bugs are all over you. The path just stops. It dead ends into a body of water. Runs right into this like acrid, noxious smelling bog.
Ugh.
Wait! Don't go in that water. Nobody take a step forward.
Literally no one was taking steps forward.
Yeah, we're good.
Crikey. Probably
We all
crocs
pretty
in
much
here.
stopped.
It appears the path goes into the water.
I don't.
Oh, Penn told us not to leave the path, though.
It looks nasty.
You can even see that some of those glowing mushrooms that kind of grow along the path descend into the water. And then
Is this the
Oh, I don't
coffee? Is
wanna
this
go
the
into
coffee stain?
bog.
Could be.
Is this the coffee stain?
Oh my god.
not on the map? No.
I don't think so. My my roll told me that. That's
What do we
not
do now, guys?
correct.
How far? Like how wide is this water?
Can you swim it like a lizard while I'm on your back?
That's what I was thinking.
Just ride across it?
Can we see the other side from where we are? No. Too dark.
Too dark. Yeah. So it's
But
not
it's just
necessarily
water
that
as far as we can see?
Yeah, and let's all roll perception checks.
Ooh. It's my turn for a natural 20.
Oh, myself. 2 in a row.
Oh man,
You're wasting
we
it now.
both got threes.
This walk.
Yeah, I rolled a 3, but that means it's a 1. Not a nat 1, but a 1.
This
Got a
walk
5.
to the manse is really, I mean, it's just no
You guys
problem,
both
is it?
rolled 20s.
Yeah.
Yes, swear to
So
God.
Chuck has loaded dice for sure.
Until we fight.
I'll use the other one next time.
The thing that
Just
you
put it down
notice
on the
right
20.
away is that I think Tom, for example, just sort of like kicks some stuff into the water, and the water doesn't ripple. Doesn't move at all. The things do disappear into the water, but nothing moves. And then as you guys are standing there, you realize there are no waves. It's not, the water's not moving at all.
Is it even water?
I'm going to say, hey, guys, check this out. Do a backflip down where the mushrooms are going, into the water.
Oh, you do?
Oh, he's gonna go into the water.
Tom,
Well,
you're extremely confident nothing's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
He lands with
I feel
his
like
head
it's an
beneath
illusion.
the water.
Yeah.
like fully submerged, and you guys are all like, ah! And then he just waves at you.
And then then I just pop back up. I'm like, hey, what's up? It's illusion, y'all. It's not really water.
As soon as he says it's an illusion, it just sort of fades out.
I mean,
I'm so confused.
I don't want to say that's the most competent thing I've ever done, but I mean, that's
This is strangely out of character.
I mean, I tried this. Why you should listen to me more. Onward.
That was supposed to stymie you guys for a solid few minutes. Huh.
To the temple.
About 20 feet ahead of you stands Kanga, the red-eared goblin, and he sort of looks like disappointed. Like his arms are kind of hanging at his at his side. Kanga,
Oh, bow to him.
and he sort of cocks his head to the side, and he kind of puffs out his chest and walks over, and you can see that you can't see all of them, but there are a lot of goblins behind him, like maybe 30-ish.
Ooh.
There's a big clan behind him, and he walks over and he sort of bows back at Tom.
Kestrel takes the cup of coffee that she's been slowly sipping on because she hasn't finished it, and she hands it to him, and
Hours
she's
later.
like,
Cold ass.
12-hour
do you want some?
Kanga sort of like,
I'll press to digitize it and heat it up.
Oh, there we go.
And I'm like,
The
good
crust was like, why didn't you do that for me 4
Kanga sort of
hours
like pokes it
ago?
with his
Coffee.
spear, and then once he can see it's not like moving, he kind of reaches over and he snatches it out of your hand, and then he drains all of it, and he's like, his throat's sort of, you can see it's like it's a little too hot for him, and he's Kanga like, you leave?
Not yet. We have to go a little bit further, but we will leave.
Where go?
The temple, there's some kind of structure that
We need to give
get
offerings to
Temple.
Malik.
He turns around and just starts walking. Like very confident, like strutting.
Oh.
And then he stops about 10 feet and he waves you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Lead the way,
escorts,
Kanga.
huh?
Thank you.
So we're forming a conga line. On the, to the temple.
That was good.
You just set him up for that.
Now we all, like, the punishment for that is now we all,
We all have to
like,
hold each
actually
other's
dance.
hands.
Yeah, everyone has to actually dance now. Kanga at some point departs from the path. And I don't know how you guys want to handle that.
Yeah, I like conga. I mean, I'm into follow.
Can I roll something to, like,
I feel
Like maybe
like
insight
Penn
just
said
to
stay
trust
on the
him more?
path. I
Yeah,
don't,
roll insight.
okay.
I
Yeah,
don't
but who
like
knows these
this.
lands better than conga?
I don't know if I like this.
I feel like you're not quite getting his name. His name's not Kanga, it's Kanga. Kanga. There you go.
I got an
perfect.
11.
Who knows this better than Kanga?
With an 11, I think what you know is he lives here, and he does appear to be showing you to the temple.
Guys, I say we trust him.
Way ahead of me.
All the other goblin. Oh. All right.
I ready my hammer and follow.
They're all
reluctantly.
already. You're the only one standing on the path. Still, you're like,
Like,
guys,
get
I
out
say
of
we
the
trust
game."
him. Where did you guys go?
No, I don't like this idea, but I follow.
Okay.
In very short order, you arrive in front of what you assume from Penn's description are the sunken ruins of the Temple of Moloch. And Kanga sort of does like jazz hands. Kanga, show. And then he turns around and starts rifling through a bag, and he turns around and he has a dagger in his hands, the blade of which is black.
Wow.
And seems to be sort of constantly dripping with some material. And he holds it out to, I think, Tom particularly.
Kestrel, you want to grab this?
He's
thing?
giving it to you, man.
I'm gonna give present.
It's a present, mate.
I think you should- I
Okay,
think you
hold
should
on
take
one second. I'm going to reach in my own bag, and I'm going to grab some lavender cologne. And I will exchange it for the dagger.
Ooh, and he takes it. He sort of like just drops the dagger in your hand. This dagger of yak.
Yeah.
What this do?
What, are you giving this to me
I'm
now?
giving it to you. I don't want it. It grosses
Want it?
me out.
Right
It's
on your
dripping.
character sheet, you don't have it.
Can I
Nature.
roll to check to make sure it's okay or something?
You want to check that it's
Yeah,
An
well, like,
investigation
it's
or something?
it looks
The
like
dagger?
Or like what's
a
dripping on it?
magical dagger.
Are you trying to see if it's magical or what sort of magical effect it has?
Both. I think it's magical.
Roll Arcana.
Okay. Fuck. That would be an 8.
Looks like a magical dagger
Okay, that's it.
that has like magic.
Ugh.
I will say like as you're holding it, it's not like it's been coated in a substance and that substance is dripping off.
Okay.
It's constantly dripping. Like
Okay.
as you're
Well,
holding
all right,
I'm
fine.
holding it
Can we see
upside
what
down,
that
to be
substance
clear.
I
is?
take it from Tom.
Or like,
not at present.
okay.
It's
Not with that
disgusting. Kanga. Thank you, though.
He's very pleased that you're pronouncing his name correctly. And he's also very he holds the lavender cologne up and sprays it in his mouth.
If that's how you like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he does like a bow of someone who clearly has never bowed, and then turns around and just starts sauntering the other way.
Bye, Kanga.
Cheers,
Made a
mate.
friend.
All right, here's the temple. Do we look? Do we see any
Someone
like
write down
doors?
dagger of yak, or you don't have it.
I have it.
Dagger
Got
of
it.
yak. Of yak?
But you got to
Written
write
on
it
your
down.
character
Did you write it down?
I wrote it down.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
It's on my character sheet.
Okay. Better be.
All right.
Before
So we
enter
go
this
into
Whoa,
the temple.
hold on. We should probably, I'm not very smart. I would almost guarantee this thing is booby-trapped in some way, right? This
Booby
entrance?
trapped.
Probably.
Yeah, so like,
No,
I
I
don't
think
know.
I should
Look,
just
I'm
go
not
barreling
magic.
in.
One of y'all, like, do one of your magic things, see if there's any sort
I
of
don't know
magic traps that we need.
I know. Hammer.
I know.
Ale.
Maybe it comes to that. Maybe we just
can I
smash
do
it.
an investigation on the surroundings?
Absolutely. Roll investigation.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of doing that. Is that all
Somebody
right?
try to detect some magic or something, you know.
So I think Attilius can do it with help. So roll twice, Attilius.
Okay. 10.
And a 2.
plus 3, so 15.
No, you don't
You're
have
not
to.
adding, you're just taking the
yeah,
best.
good.
So it's 13.
13.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear this place is well past its prime. At some point, it appears to have been kind of an illustrious complex. There are tons of buildings, most of which are now fully sunken into the ground. There's really only one building, and it does appear to be the main building of the complex, that's kind of like half sunken in. And so when you walk towards that main building, the door is like you actually kind of have to stoop to get in because the whole thing is sort of sinking into the swamp. But as far as you can tell, no traps. Certainly no manual traps.
Somebody want to do like a detect magic? I mean, I don't know. Maybe
Okay,
Kestrel.
I wanna walk into the temple.
Play your own character, T-Bob.
I mean,
I want to walk into the temple, and I want to, because you just looked outside, right? You haven't walked in yet, so I want to walk in.
wait. I will detect magic. I would like to detect magic to see if I can figure out if there's anything on this archway.
Do you have detect magic?
I don't know. Is it a move?
It's a move. So you
I
can
thought
make
it was like I thought it was like an Arcana check.
So you can make an Arcana check. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are different, but yeah. you
Okay.
can make an Arcana check.
Oh fuck, 8.
8. Yeah, I think when you get close to the door and start kind of feeling things, there's a whole lot of magic emanating from this place. Sort of to an overwhelming degree. Maybe it's because you're tired. Maybe it's because it's 3 in the morning and you had that weird interaction with Kanga. But the magic's sort of washing over you from the door. You don't get the feeling that there's anything like that it's trapped, but the place is ominous.
I got a creepy feeling about this place, y'all. I just kind of take my hammer out and like look around.
There's a lot of arcane
do
energy.
a check on the perimeter. Make sure there's no stride gators coming up.
I can't pretend to know what it means, but there's a lot of arcane energy coming from this building right now. Proceed with caution, Kestrel.
I don't like magic.
Thanks, Tom. I was going to proceed uncautiously. Okay, I want to get into the temple, and I want to take a look around in the temple.
Okay, so do we all walk in?
Yes.
I'll let Kestrel go first, but yeah.
Sure.
That's fine. I'll go last because
Ladies
I'm
first.
keeping an eye on the perimeter.
The Chapel of Moloch is essentially moss-covered stones sunk into the all-consuming muck of the Snagmire. The only room that's still accessible is a bare stone room slick with mud and algae. Otherwise, this room is pretty much unremarkable. There's an old altar kind of directly across from that door, maybe 20 feet into the room. It has like a variety of stone carved symbols laying on it, like a crossbeam, a circle, a square, a hexagon with the middle missing. There's probably 50 of these just kind of piled up on the altar. And then there is a ceremonial bowl that has some sort of unrealistically clean water. Like it's hard to understand why water this clean would be sitting in this bowl in this place. Yeah. What do we want to do in here?
So
There are no doors. There are no windows. That's...
Remind me again what the different carvings were. What were they?
So these are like stone carvings that like you could pick up. They're not embedded in the wall or something. They're like symbols.
Okay.
There are about 50 of them, so I'm not going to describe them all. But a crossbeam, like like you would see on a roof or something. A circle, a square, a hexagon with the middle missing. Looks like something that could be like an M or a W, depending on how you flip it.
Okay.
There's like a planetary depiction, so it's got like little continents kind of etched on it. There is an angle essentially, acute angle.
Look at
Guys,
this pile of
I think
stones.
there has to be a way to get into the man somehow through this temple.
Oh,
so
you gathered that, did you?
there must be some kind of trap door or something. And I don't know if it has anything to do with magic, but
No, I don't know either.
I would bet it does.
I start like
I would say it probably does.
running my hands over the rune carvings or whatever in the bowl to feel like for some kind of lever or something.
Let's make an investigation check.
Okay.
As you do that.
I think that's a 6 plus 8. 2. So 8.
8. You kind of rifle your hands through some of these stone carvings, pick them up, move them, pull your hands around the bowl. There's no lever or anything like that. No.
Can I read what the runes are? Like, can I understand what the writings on the stones are?
Doesn't appear to be a language, just a series of symbols.
Okay.
And now a word from our sponsors.
You guys clamber into the break room at the Iron House after a long night of truly terrible night shift.
Guys, that was pretty bad.
Kestrel, you smell awful. I'm really sorry.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I'm really sorry we didn't catch those kids before they tipped you over when you were in that outhouse.
But
Really? Is that what we're doing?
You smell
what we-
like fecal matter. It's
Would you
horrible.
like a hug? Hug?
No.
Yes?
No. What I would love is this delicious, untitled art dragon fruit nectar sour. How
Which
about that?
Does not smell like fecal matter.
No, it smells
Does not.
like dragon fruit. Attilius.
Yeah, pop the top,
The
mate.
fruit of my people.
Yes.
We grow these in the wild fields back home.
Let's just get a little sniff.
Hate that. Hate that.
No, is that where that comes from?
That's it. It's the dragon tongue.
Cheers, my
sniffing.
dragon kin, brother.
Cheers to you, good
Now,
sir.
Kestrel, we've got a painkiller over here. This is an imperial seltzer. It'll make you think you're down under.
I could use a painkiller right now.
Yeah,
On top of a bath.
When you're just all drenched in shit, feeling
Oh,
feeling
no.
sweaty. Nothing
You know what? You know what?
Listener, that you've been drenched in shit.
Drenched
and
in
you
shit.
just had an outhouse flipped on you and you're hurt physically and you need some painkiller.
What
well,
you
there
need
you go.
is a painkiller from Untitled Art.
Oh, this transports me to a tropical island. This is actually really good.
Yeah,
what is
real
this
talk. This is so tasty and fruity and
I know, I
delicious.
thought I was just doing an ad, but I actually really like this.
We're drinking.
Kestrel's like, this transports me to not an outhouse that's been flipped over.
Exactly,
I really
right?
like
The fruit
this.
of your people is delicious indeed there, Tilius.
It is very. It's a mix of our dragon fruit with pineapple puree and agave nectar.
And I've never been one for sours, and I love this.
It's very refreshing.
And I've never been one for seltzers, but I kind of love this.
Wow.
Ah, this is my new drink of choice.
Thanks to our friends at Pelican Craft Brands.
Yes.
This Untitled Art is from the great state of Wisconsin, but distributed in Louisiana by Pelican Craft Brands.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very neat.
From faraway lands, the nectar comes.
And my pain has been killed.
I feel great. Kestrel, you still smell like shit, though.
Kestrel leans over and literally just like grabs him and lifts him off the floor because he can't move. He's a tiny little halfling.
Yeah.
And scene.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good.
I was wanting to see if maybe I can talk to the spirits that haunt me and see if I can gather some information about these runes that are the markings on these stones.
So I think,
but I want to do it like I want if they haunt me. I want to write it down on a scroll because I don't want them to think I'm crazy as I'm talking out loud.
Yeah, so I think Attilius sort of
nothing.
turns around, pulls out a scroll, and it's a very particular scroll, I think, Attilius. You unscroll it, you write out with sort of a feathered pen, and it writes back. And I think your question is just like, is there a way out of this room? Help me if you can. And the spirit writes back, remove the muck, remove the mire, look to your floor, or things turn dire.
Can you
I
repeat that?
am.
I like it.
I can't. I just made that up. Remove the muck,
Remove the muck, remove the mire.
look to the
Look to
floor,
the
or
floor,
things get dire.
Or things get dire.
I thought it said, I am Tom Marvolo. Riddle? Tom Marvolo Riddle? I don't know what I'm talking about.
What does frostbite do? My cantrip.
Let me read it to you.
Thank you.
Frostbite. You cause numbing frost to form on one creature that you can see within range. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 1d6 cold damage, and it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Nice.
So basically, I can cast frost onto something.
Yes.
Could I maybe do it on the floor to?
You don't know anything about the floor.
Wait, yeah.
You just
that's
read
right.
that. You just read that.
Tillis, you're kind of creeping me out. Your eyes rolled back in your head. It's a spooky setting to begin with. Saw your pen writing on its own. What's going on?
I've conferred with the spirits that haunt me.
Wow, that is so odd. That's so casual for you.
I want to get
But
out
yes,
of this temple,
continue.
man. I want to go back to the swamp.
I have a scroll that I communicate with them when things are in dire need and we need answers.
So you write
So what did they
to
say?
a spirit, and then it writes back?
It writes back. He told me, remove the muck, remove the mire, look to the floor, for things get dire.
Wow.
The floor.
The stone said that, or that's just what the spirit's telling
The
you?
spirits have told
So the
me.
spirits want us to essentially clean.
I just started
Does
looking
he
at the
always
floor.
speak in rhyme?
Sometimes.
Huh. Just like his
He's a
mood?
rhyming demon.
Oh.
Boy, I really screwed myself with that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was like, this will be cute. I'll make it rhyme. Idiot.
Going the route of Etrigan now.
Well,
buddy.
it seems clear to me that we must clean. So, Kestrel, if you could get on that, me and
wow, very
Timbo
sexy.
Oh,
are
wow.
going to have to. Oh, wow.
Really?
I didn't
Ooh, hashtag you too, bro.
T-Bob's like, I don't see gender, man. Sorry.
Here's what I do. I actually grab Tom by the back of his tunic.
I'm like, my legs and arms are flailing in the air.
And
Put
I
me down!
Put him on the floor, like face down,
Put me
and
down!
just start scrubbing.
Use him like a mop.
Using
it.
him as a mop.
I don't care who you are. That's funny.
Unhappy
Right there.
witch.
Yeah.
All right, guys, here's what I think we ought to do. I'm just putting this
I'm
together
gonna
here.
get up and press to digitize my clothes.
There's this very weird bowl of water here, and I feel like if we dump it on the floor, we'll see where it drains.
You
No,
just
I don't
want
wanna
to dump
do
the
that.
holy temple
Yes,
water
because we're
on
gonna
the
see where
floor?
it
I don't
drains.
think I agree with this plan at
No,
all.
there's somewhere.
Let me go ahead and add some clarity. As Tom Bombo's being used as a very talkative Swiffer, you start to see etchings on the floor appear as the mud and the muck is kind of.
Oh, I see it, guys. I think I see something.
Did you see something?
Yeah, keep scrubbing.
All right. You finish it. It's right in front of the altar. It's not a huge area. But here is what it reads.
Oh, boy.
I begin ever after and end the apocalypse. I am the end of time, made stronger by the eclipse. I am last in life, second in death. I am not in you, but I am found in your breath.
CO2. Just kidding. I don't think I know what CO2 is.
I don't think I know what CO2 is.
Wait, I'm not in your life, but I'm in your breath?
I am last in life, second in death. I am not in you, but I am found in your breath.
And end the apocalypse. What's the line after end the apocalypse?
I begin ever after and end the apocalypse. I am the end of time, made stronger by the eclipse.
But in the apocalypse.
And you have had
End of time.
I mean,
Made
my thoughts are
stronger by the
immediately
eclipse.
going to elements because of the breath, but
Could there be multiple
darkness?
answers here
Is
that are
blackness
all
in-
on
in the
these
time?
stones?
What was that?
Is it just one answer? Is it like multiple answers? Like one answer to this riddle?
That is a great question.
End the apocalypse. End of time. What is made? I feel like made stronger by the eclipse could be something.
I feel that's something to do with the water,
Tides.
the tides.
Second in death.
The waves.
What was the
Last in life. Second in death.
What was the line after that? Last name, second in death.
I'm not in you, but I'm found in your breath.
So happy when riddles stump you.
how does he end the
There.
apocalypse?
Maybe.
The moon is found in our breath.
Gravity.
Yeah, I was thinking that like the moon or something like made stronger by the eclipse, but I was feeling like that has to deal with water or something with the tides.
I'm getting nowhere here.
Second in death is a really important. Like it's one of the big giveaways. I feel like like Curtis said, that's where he got it.
Talking about time,
It's the end of time. And second in death.
Heaven. I don't know.
spirit.
Hold on. We gotta be able to get this.
Yeah, I think we're overthinking it.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
absolutely overthinking it.
Yeah.
Practical. Remember like the letters and how you got it last time. Like,
Yeah.
that's a very
It's very much that
practical,
kind of
very
riddle.
practical thing. All right.
E. The letter E.
Kestrel runs up to the altar, begins sorting through the stone symbols, and finds the letter E.
Because it's found in your breath.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Second in death.
Ah.
Begins
Second
ever
in
after.
death.
There you go.
End
Well
of
done.
time, made stronger by the eclipse. Okay.
Yeah, so there's two of them in Eclipse.
Yeah, I got that. Thank you.
Good job.
Nice job. Who got that?
Kestrel.
Nice.
Okay.
I think
so
it's the
I run
letter
up and
E.
do what
I'm just
again?
kidding.
You presumably sort through the stone symbols and find the E.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Because there's 50 stone symbols. There's just
Sorry?
a lot. There's just a lot of stone symbols, and
Yeah.
What are
some
you
of them
doing
have the
over there?
alphabet. I think it's E, guys. It's the letter E.
You think
The
that
letter
the answer
E.
to this is the letter E?
Yes.
This
cosmic sounding poem
Yep,
here.
let's just see if I.
The letter
right.
E ends the apocalypse.
What is this, Sesame
Ends
Street?
the
I mean, this
apocalypse.
is a terrible
And I
idea.
begin ever
Apocalypse
after.
ends with the letter E.
I don't get it.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Still
That's why you
spelled.
have
Today's
low
dungeon
intelligence.
brought to you by the letter E. E.
Okay,
As in
so,
ever after.
I'm not in you. The letter E's not in you? All right.
Wow.
It's not in the
Find
word
it.
Y-O-U.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still don't get it.
I have the rune of E, and what do I?
The rune of E.
I just take it in my hand. Do I put it in the bowl?
The way this game works is you tell me what you do.
I don't know.
Okay, so
is there-
where
can
the
I-
words are revealed, yeah, is there like a slot or anything, or like anything that looks like you would put a stone in there?
I
It's got to
drop
be
it
that
into
bowl
the
of
bowl.
water.
Drop it into the bowl of water.
Yeah.
As you drop it into the bowl of water, there's a little splash.
Whoosh.
Thank you for the Holy Work. Lindsay.
Wow, the water's not fake this time.
And the stones beneath, particularly Tom Bombo, start to rumble and shift.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a
Earthquake.
perfect display of what's happening.
Well, I'm going to obviously jump to the side. I'm going to dive to the side.
Yeah, you're good. No check needed. It's fairly slow. Those stones sink into the ground and move aside, and a staircase leads down into the darkness.
You may have done it.
Oh, you think?
This is trippy,
Well, I mean,
man.
we don't know, but
We go back
something.
and hang out with
Okay.
Kanga.
wait, speaking of Kanga, should we leave something behind here? I mean, this
Yeah.
is a
So
treat.
here's what I'd like to do. I'd
Maybe
like
for
to
like
take.
Malik or for the Readier Goblins.
I'd like to take some of the stones with all the rune markings, and I want to cast magic stones on them.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have particular symbols you want to grab? The world is your oyster.
Ooh,
so-
do the crossbeam.
I mean, you'd kind of have to tell me what symbols.
Do the
exist.
Yeah, the world is
crossbeam.
your oyster. Pick,
Do,
like
do
you
the
can make.
crossbeam.
Other than E, I didn't really care which ones were on the altar.
Do the crossbeam.
Shut up, Tom. Shut up.
Or the angle.
Yes, the acute angle.
Nope.
The acute angle is quite
Not the
fantastic.
obtuse
It's
angle.
acute.
I don't
Maybe
want
there's
you-
one with a little
I don't want you to
pin
do any
on
of
it.
this anymore.
Like
I changed my mind.
a push
tell me,
pin
tell me
relic,
about the
perhaps.
goblins a little bit more.
Just like their
Yeah,
habits, or
like what are they like?
like religious
What are they into?
customs,
Yeah.
general
Yeah.
history. If you could give us some sort of genealogical breakdown of Kanga.
can I roll history to find out, or religion to find a little bit more about Malik?
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Roll religion.
I'm supporting her.
Sure. Roll at advantage.
Okay, that
Okay,
worked.
roll
I'm
again.
shocked. All right, roll again.
Advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
That worked. I'm shocked.
Better.
I got 13.
13. So Malik is the god of poison, darkness, and chaos,
Thought it was crossbeams.
Okay.
as well as crossbeams. For some reason. Very into architecture, Malik.
Wait, did you say poison, darkness, and chaos?
Yeah. Yeah, he's not like a happy-go-lucky dude.
Okay.
Malik is not part of the pantheon that people usually celebrate or worship. That's not to say there aren't dark or evil gods. Malik is sort of one of those forgotten gods, if you will, that no longer really plays a role in at least your pantheon. Goblins, however, love Malik. Malik is seen as a protector of goblins and one of their deities.
Okay.
Still.
So I take the rune of like a mushroom to represent poison or something, and I take a rune of a moon to represent darkness and light, and then I take one to represent like
Skull and crossbow.
a tornado, like a squiggly or something, for chaos.
Lovely.
Okay. And so I cast magic stones, and I sort of leave them in a little pile.
I like that.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Well,
Those will... They glow with sort of more power than normal.
okay.
And you leave them on the altar, you said?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you descend, I'm
Should
assuming
we
we
take-
descend
Yeah,
downstairs.
yeah.
Take some and charge some up.
Should
Take
we-
some with us.
I'm not taking anything that's magical.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to
Okay,
mess
you do
with
you.
the temple.
Fair. No,
Um,
fair.
Yeah, I'll descend the stairs.
Yeah.
Tom's like, anybody want to pocket some shit from this poisonous god? No, it's just me? Okay,
No,
I'll
that's
that's
fine.
fine.
Okay.
I hear you.
Save it for the man.
Is the stairwell lit?
The stairwell, as you're looking down, it appears to be fairly dark, but you can see that there's like kind of flickering light sort of at the edge of what you can see.
Kestrel, do you see? You got dark vision. You see anything on that stairwell?
Do I need to roll anything?
No. No need to roll. As you look down this stairwell, it's not even like covered in the same muck and slime. Perfectly clean. Well-hewn stones. No traps visible.
Guys, it looks okay. I say we continue down. I mean, Davik's lieutenants use this staircase to get to the man, so might be riddled with some traps, but I think we
What
have
if
to
there's like
take
a false step?
I hope
or
there's
something?
not booby traps.
Yeah.
There's no invisible step like in Harry Potter.
All right.
I say Kestrel is
Arrows
right. We should
coming.
fucking go down.
This is
I
why we
start going
came.
downstairs.
Kestrel, lead the way.
To the manse.
To the manse. I'm clambering up on Attilas's back.
As you guys go down these stairs, what you find is essentially much like the room you just left, sort of a slime-covered tunnel, the center of which is a little less covered in that algae and grime.
Why were the stairs so nice, but the tunnel's not?
They're magic.
Interesting.
But the place itself is sort of dark and dank and smells. I've already used the word fetid, but let's say fetid again. However, at the far end of this tunnel, you can see that there are 4 lanterns mounted sort of around a dead-end wall. We're talking maybe, I don't know, it's a long walk, a couple hundred feet or so, but even from this distance, you can see 4 lanterns around sort of a dead-end stone wall.
Okay, so we approach the wall. I immediately start kind of like running my hands over the wall to see if there is something.
She always does that with her hands.
No need before you get there. You can, as you get very close, you can see that there's an inscription written on it.
Oh, okay.
Although I do love the idea of like there being an inscription plainly visible and you running your hands over it. Like, okay, Helen Keller, step aside.
Attilius, what does the inscription say?
Yes.
The inscription.
What language is it written in?
It does not appear to be a language any of the other 3 of you know. And in fact, Attilius doesn't know it. And even though he can read it, that doesn't mean he knows what language it is.
Yeah.
Happy hour 2 to 5.
I'll have an ale, please.
It reads.
Oh, here we go.
It cannot be seen. Cannot be felt. Cannot be heard. Cannot be smelt. It lies behind stars and under hills, and empty holes it always fills. It wakens fear, especially in children. Create it now into the building.
All right, one more time.
It cannot be seen, cannot be felt, cannot be heard, cannot be smelt. It lies behind stars and under hills, and empty holes it always fills. It wakens fears, especially in children.
It's darkness.
Create
Darkness,
it now.
100% darkness.
Enter the building.
I blow on all 4 torches to put them out.
1 too hard, 1 too easy. See, you never know with me. You just never know. I actually made this one harder too. Like when I first wrote it out, I was like, that's a little too easy.
I feel good with those torches being out.
You blow all 4 lanterns out,
Yeah.
and then you guys just hear. You can't see. Well, actually, you can see in grayscale, Kestrel. But the rest of you hear just stones moving, very, very much like Indiana Jones stone door opening sort of sound effect.
Okay.
Kestrel, you can actually see that a part of the wall.
Is it like a
sort of-
Diagon Alley thing? Like the bricks are like...
He said Indiana Jones.
We said it
That's
sounded
the
like
noise, but yes, it actually is very much like a Diagon Alley.
Ooh, point.
That's the effect I've used.
Monsieur of Bumbo.
That's the effect I've used for the whole mansion. So I'll stick with it.
I do love a good Diagon Alley.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Kestrel, what do you see?
well, there's an opening. The stone's just parted.
Like Diagon Alley?
Exactly like Diagon Alley.
What's
Well,
diagonal?
Diagon Alley is canonically part of my world.
I'd love to go shopping. Okay, lead the way, Kestrel.
Something's diagonal? I'm still confused.
Okay.
What's running diagonally?
So I walk in.
Yeah, you walk into essentially like an antechamber, very small room. Once all 4 of you are in, that wall sort of closes in behind you again, and you're standing in a room that's no bigger than like, I don't know, 8 by 4 feet.
Are we in the manse?
Well, We might be
You do
close.
sort of get a chill going up your spine.
It was a long hallway.
Goosebumps.
And then what lies in front of you is just sort of like a small wooden frame. I shouldn't say small. It's probably like 5 feet by 3 feet wide. And the rest of the room is stone.
Ooh, man, imagine working here. I'm going to go through all this hoops just to get inside the mats. I mean, golly.
Just to get over to the temple. And what are they even doing there? Then you're just in the middle of the bog.
Damn it.
All right, this wooden frame must be something. I feel for it and see if like it can lift off the wall or like.
As soon as you touch it, you can feel that it's like you're touching the back of something, and it's sort of like it's definitely adhered somewhere.
Like a material.
It's like imagine like plywood essentially, like unfinished wood. And when you touch it, it sort of moves under your touch. It's not fixed to the wall.
Then maybe there's something here. Like okay, so I push it a little bit harder.
Just punch through it.
It sort of swings open a few feet at a time. From where you're standing, Timbo, you can see plush red carpet.
I think it's the manse.
Tom is literally flipping out right now.
And as you're looking, it's the carpet that you see first, but as your eyes sort of angle upwards, you can see a room that is covered in gold-gilded framed paintings.
Do I hear anything?
Strangely enough, yes. You hear glasses clinking and the sound of a lute in another room. There's some people kind of talking. Not a lot of people.
It all sounds pretty far away?
It sounds...
Or does it sound like it's coming from that room?
Not this room that you're going
to.
No.
Okay. I clap a hand over Tom and be like, shut up. Shut up. I know. It's very exciting. Shut up.
Okay, so, yeah, let's swing this thing open. And
you swing it open, step in.
Yeah.
As you sort of look on the other side of it, you can see this is a painting of Malik that you've crawled through, also gold-gilded frame. It's probably the largest painting in the room.
Okay, so this was big. It wasn't like a little portrait that we had to climb through.
We're here
all right,
in the manse.
So we're in the manse.
As you're looking around, there's like white sheets thrown over a bunch of the furniture in this room. Lots of boxes where frames have been removed from some of the other walls that you didn't initially see, and they're packed into those boxes.
Looks like somebody's moving.
Oh, I just thought
Davik
maybe
wouldn't
he
be moving.
Lacked hospitality or something. He seems like a bit of a hoarder.
I look around for any other weapons or relics or things like that might be useful.
Is there a desk anywhere with like potentially documents or?
Are there any valuables?
Should we all roll investigation?
I don't know. Yeah, screw it. Everybody roll investigation. I was going to answer
with
Tom's
all those
question,
questions.
Not good. Not good at all.
Oh man.
13. Well, I'm not finding anything.
13 plus 3, so 16 total.
2.
10.
Give me some.
What was that? What was Tom's? Timbo's.
2.
Timbo don't find shit.
Timbo just turns around and puts his head against the wall and
Timbo waits for everybody else to come in, and then he sort of thinks he's just like closing the painting, and it actually sort of slams a little louder than he intended, and he sort of puts his hands on it. But he kind of spends all his time after that sort of making sure it's like shut and being very quiet.
I got the painting, guys. It's cool.
What was Kestrel's roll?
10.
10. It's hard to tell from just glancing around, but after you start kind of rooting around, there are a couple different couches and tables, and yes, a desk in the far corner with a bunch of parchment and a few drawers.
And I rolled a 13, and I'm looking for valuables. Easily transportable valuables.
Not a lot of easily transportable.
Crossbow.
What about like? So there's no like cookware, no silverware anywhere on the table.
It's a very specific question. I think
things of fine taste.
Well, you did say it's a packed up room, so the table's not set, I assume.
Let's say this. Let's say you found a smaller box and it was packed with silverware.
Shaking boxes, like trying to see. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take out my knife and
Cut that thing open.
Yeah, it's packed full of silverware.
I'm gonna do one of those things where I bite it.
That's not how silver works at all.
That's real.
You know that, right?
What?
That's not how silver works.
You bite it, and then it's like, oh, it's real metal.
I think that's
like,
only
all right.
gold. But
No, I mean, well, you don't know a lot about metallurgy, so I'll forgive you.
Metallurgy.
Metallurgy is what I was looking for.
Yeah, you're close.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you bite it. It tastes like a spoon. And then put it back in the box.
No. I'm gonna take a set. I'm gonna take a set of silverware and put it in my bag.
I'll let you take the whole box, but whatever you want to do, man.
Well, I mean, I can't carry a ton. I don't want to be jangling around.
You're a small boy.
I'm also very small, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna take like 7 pieces of silverware.
Oddly
Okay,
specific.
so that's how
An entire
he
set.
uses
I mean, it's soup
his
spoons,
roll.
it's teaspoons.
exactly.
It's a
fancy
butter
set.
knife, a steak knife, a
exactly.
salad fork, a dinner
Yeah.
fork.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it's a
What
nice
I
set.
love about this is it will come up later when you guys are fucking eating scones and shit. He'll be using silverware while everybody else uses their hands. All right, Attilius, what are we looking for?
We're just basically checking out the perimeter of the room for anything that'll give us a clue as to where we should proceed from here. If there's any, maybe a way out, another way out of the room, perhaps.
Okay. And you rolled a what?
16.
16. There are 2 doors other than the painting door that you came in. You get the distinct feeling that they both lead to the same place, a hallway. One of those doors, the one on kind of the right side of the room as you enter, you can hear the voices quite closely. The other door, which also leads into that same hallway, the voices are less distinct. But both doors are closed.
Okay, I immediately head for the desk because I am looking for some kind of information on Davik and what he's up to.
Yeah.
Do you think they're moving? You don't think he's just lazy?
You already made that investigation check, so you can rifle through those scrolls over the next
Looks
few
like
minutes.
packing.
I think in fairly short order,
I hadn't considered that.
you do indeed find a particular scroll whose wax seal was broken recently, you can tell. Not evident who sent it, and you don't have time to read the whole thing right now. But one of the key lines you do pick out is, "We accept your price, 500,000 gold pieces. In exchange for eliminating our pest problem, that is a fair fee."
500.
Eliminating a pest problem. Guys, look at this letter. It looks like Davik's being paid to do something.
Pest control?
Like termites or whatever. I don't know.
500,000 gold.
These
Just
are
to get
giant.
rid of some,
These are giant pests.
like a
That's
wasp
almost
nest
more than
It's
or
an
he has
something.
in the
expensive
bank.
termite problem.
Yeah, like maybe all through their castle or something.
Maybe it's like a kingdom contract. I don't know. I mean, maybe he works in just larger margins than we're used to.
But do you think that has
Could this be
anything
with
to
blood
do
magic?
with?
No, I don't see why it should be related. I'm a bit underwhelmed by the manse, if we're being honest. I mean,
You've
his
seen
room's
It's one
sloppy.
room.
You've
It's one
seen
room, Tom.
one
Hey, look, he's packing to get out of here.
Okay,
Yes, that's
He's-
right.
Davik's leaving. He's moving. He's going to exterminate something.
Well, we don't know
Do you think
that
it has
yet.
something to do with that, with the letter? Maybe?
I think it does. 500,000 gold is, well, it's more higher than I can count.
It's true. I cap out at 200.
It's okay.
Okay, but there's voices coming from beyond that door.
That door right there. Sorry, I was so. That door right there.
I'm over by the door listening, trying to see if I can hear what the voices are talking about.
I think given that role, you can't hear distinct words, but what you can hear is they're carousing, right? They're celebrating. There's clinking glasses, and the reason you can't make out a lot of the actual conversation is because of the playing by the guy with the lute.
Stupid loot.
The person.
Hey, now.
Maybe if we get
Come
out
now.
of this room, we can like go upstairs or something.
Is there any way that
If
somebody
we-
could spy on what's going on in that room over there?
That's really. We need to know more information.
Yeah.
Well, either that or I just take out my hammer and I crush Davik's skull.
No, calm down there,
We don't even know if
Timbo.
that's Davik over there.
Kind of what I want to do.
You know.
I'm debating if we should go through the door closest to the noise so we can try to listen in closer, or we should take the other door and investigate the rest of the manse.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
I'm down to look at the man.
What if? How can we eavesdrop on this conversation?
How could we?
I see where this is going.
If there was only
We're not
someone
separating.
who could turn into something that would be unnoticeable and maybe get into tight spots and like spy on a room.
That sounds like a made up creature, Tom.
Do we know of anybody
I have
who can
this
change
jar full
form?
of spiders. Can we
Oh,
throw
you
one
want
of
to train the spiders
Mhm.
to
Or
have them
like,
come back and talk to
Can
you?
somebody communicate with one of the spiders that
Yeah.
we can get the spider to crawl into
I
that
can't
room?
speak animal yet.
Yeah.
Kestrel,
Yes, it's coming.
Kestrel just rolls her eyes, and I use wild shape. And
Holy shit! Wow! Did you see that?
Shut up!
Oh,
The music stops in the room next to you. No. Okay.
I'm hiding under a blanket.
The music stops.
I'm hiding under a blanket.
Kestrel, as a spider, does what? Make it quick.
I quickly go out of the room and start investigating the man's.
Okay, underneath the door, up the wall, I
Yeah.
assume, inconspicuously. Kestrel, what you see is that, and what you hear is that the music has stopped, and a familiar voice for sure. You're quite certain. Davik Gorsman says, "Well, I don't know. Why don't we go? Let's go take a look." It definitely sounded. I can agree with that. It sounded like someone. And he walks over into the hallway. You watch him sort of look to and fro. Dear, I don't see anything. And then he turns. He looks up. He almost makes eye contact with you.
Huh.
And then he turns around and walks back in, and you can kind of see his back and still standing in the doorway. I don't want anything to interrupt our celebrations. The house is all packed up. We're getting ready to leave. Let's finish the bottle. And then, we can say goodbye to this place.
Okay.
And he walks back in.
So if I go in, I'm gonna climb on the ceiling and look into the little party, and everybody's just like, "Can you tell me what I see?"
Yeah. So all you see once you go in there is Davik himself, along with a lady friend. The lute player in the corner is just sort of holding the lute now. He doesn't know whether he's supposed to. You can tell he doesn't know whether he's supposed to start playing again or not. He's just sort of sitting there in silence. Davik is swathed in like a deep purple cloak. His pockets jingling, overburdened with an abundance of coin, and he has like a purple headband around his reddish gray hair, and he's got that same heavy green amulet dangling around his neck. So this is like a sitting room that they're in. There's a fire crackling in the corner. There's a few paintings of what you assume are probably Gorsman family ancestors here. And then there's a bed with 4 posts here as well. So I guess it's not quite a sitting room. That would be weird. There's a bed with 4 posts and like sheer curtains that hang from the side of it. And then probably the strangest thing in the room is that in each corner there's like a glass encasement in which there are like skeletal figures wearing armor, older armor, probably antique armor, and then plaques on those encasements.
Can I go and read? Can I get closer and read the plaques?
Absolutely. So pick or roll 1d4 and tell me which number.
3.
3. Okay. When you get close to this particular plaque, you read that it is Clanson Gorsman. Clanson Gorsman. And it... Oh, jeez. There we go. It reads that he was defeated at the Battle of Carberry and laid to rest in his battle armaments.
It's like in this guy's bedroom? That's fucking weird.
I said it was weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. Can I go read the other ones?
Yep, totally. Yeah, love it.
Okay.
Do some work here, I guess. The next one is Cahill Gorsman.
How do you spell that?
There's not a description of Cahill Gorsman. It says Cahill Gorsman because you're killing me with the details.
Next?
The next one is Abbott Gorsman.
Good old Abbott.
And what years was he alive?
I'll murder you.
I'll murder you.
What battle did he die in?
Yeah.
The Battle of Tordo. Tordo.
Okay.
A great battle.
And the last one?
And the last one is Brindanus.
She was a looker.
It's a bit overwrought. Brindanus.
Okay, so I don't...
Well, I'm not done. You wanted details.
My bad.
Who died as a priest of Malik in service to his people.
Oh. Fucking Malik worshippers, dude. Fucking creeps.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm still hiding under a blanket.
What next, Spider?
Okay. So is that everything that are they saying anything else that I can listen to?
They are, but it's. I think I've more or less covered it. They're carousing. I think the few comments you can kind of pick something up from are he's definitely celebrating the scroll that you just found, 500,000 gold. He's sort of marveling at what they're going to be able to do with that money. He references Lady Taros by name. That's the woman in the room with him. Sort of imagine what we can do, Lady Taros. We can sail the seas. We can build a mansion. We can go wherever we want. And I think the only other thing really of note there would be he does indicate they have to go north first, but he's going to try and get out of it.
Okay. All right, so I leave and then I just start kind of combing the rest of the floor to see if there's any other rooms that are of interest.
Pretty much every room you go into.
Oh, and I find a crossbow, but I say I'm never telling Tom.
Yep. Yeah, you find several crossbows actually. You leave all of them in stasis.
Yep.
Most of the rooms you go into are completely packed up. There's nothing in them anymore. They're just empty rooms.
All right.
Man.
There are a few where there's still stuff in there, but it's like sheets thrown over furniture, stuff packed up in boxes, very much like the room you came into. And I would say you have the time, the inclination. You're moving fairly fast. You can explore quite a bit of this. I mean, it's a big building. But there's a lot of just empty rooms. Clearly, like they're not dust covered. Recently emptied rooms.
Okay. Are there any guards?
Yeah, as you get to so I think I can tell you this. Yeah. You emerged on the first floor. On the third floor, there are a ton of guards. You count like 15 before you're like, fuck that. And then the opposite end of the hallway on the first floor, there are 2 guards. But they're standing sort of outside the front door. So they're not necessarily in the building.
Okay.
Does she
okay,
see
so would
anywhere?
you say under this exploration I have a pretty good lay of the mans and like exits and whatnot?
Lay of the mans.
Okay.
Just like you said, a lay of the land. I don't know why.
I go back, and...
Jeez, Kestrel's been gone for a while. Think she got squished?
Possible.
Oh, I hope not.
And I...
Let's hope. That'd be bad news.
Shift back into...
Timbo, there's a spider on your shoulder. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Yeah, Kestrel, you're back.
And I shift back into my human form. I was like, well, that was an exercise in futility.
What did you learn? Surely something crucial and important.
I mean, nothing that we couldn't really discern from this room.
So it
he's
is
leaving.
a pest problem.
He's leaving.
Did you find like some sort of warhammer that is
or any
covered
crossbows?
in platinum or something?
No, nothing like that. There were some suits of armor in the other room.
Are there any like cool rooms at all?
Could go for a shield.
Not really.
Or something.
Most of them were packed up with like sheets over them. He's obviously
He has
leaving.
terrible interior design.
Guys, we have to stop him before he leaves, but I don't think we're strong enough to fight him yet because we haven't leveled up in a really long time.
No,
all right. Unbelievable.
Did you find a bedroom? Maybe we could go have a long rest.
Yeah. No, we have to stop him before he leaves.
Okay.
Did you find 500,000 gold laying around that we could just take and then go back through the way we came?
Do we need to stop him? Do we need to follow him? I mean, I don't know. Why do we need to stop him?
He's going somewhere, and we think he might be going north, but I'm not even sure at that point. They were drunk.
But do we care if it's just a
celebrating
pest
and whatnot.
problem?
Well, if they're drunk, let me just go bash his skull.
You can't.
There has
bash
to
his
be
skull.
something to do with the blood magic. He may consider real creatures as pests. We don't know.
Because I hadn't considered that. Should we go look in some other rooms, see if there's any more valuable stuff?
Either way, we should probably just get out of the mess.
Out of the man. We finally just got in here. Now we have to
I'm
leave.
telling you, there's nothing here that's important.
In this room, this is only the only room we've been in. We should go out the other door and search other rooms in the mats. Maybe we find more
I
information.
just did that.
You went into one other room.
No, I went all throughout the manse. I know exactly
she was
where
gone
everything
for a while.
is.
She was gone. Okay.
I have a
And
really
there was
good
nothing
lay
worth
of the
taking.
manse.
If we're going to rob this guy, we're going to steal from this guy, we're going to kill this guy, we're here.
Okay, so do we just wait in
Davik's
this
here.
room for him to leave and then follow him?
We could go
We
underneath
take this
his
letter,
wagon and hold on to the
We take this
bottom.
letter back to
Oh,
what's
Note
his
Rock?
place? Yes, thank you.
The Strong
Note Rock.
Shank.
Yes.
okay.
And
We
we
escape.
get the help of him and the rest of we're just one shift.
The letter. Do we need any more proof than that?
Everybody roll stealth. You're having this whole conversation.
We're whispering.
12.
13.
17 minus 2.
Sorry, give me him one more time.
12.
15.
11.
13.
You hear once again the music stop. And you hear heavy footfalls again. As Davik says, "Yep, no, I definitely heard it that time. You're not wrong." He walks over and you can hear footsteps right outside the door that you're standing.
Everybody hide!
Just under the table.
I'm a
Okay, where do we hide? Quick.
I kind of thought we were
dragon.
already
Where do I
under the
go?
table talking, were we not? This whole conversation in my head was playing out. We were all underneath the
Oh, you
cart.
gotta say
the
that
cart.
shit.
My bad. Well, because I was hiding when they came in the first time, and then I thought Timbo ducked out of there.
Where
with
do
me.
we hide?
Is there a large wardrobe I can fit in?
Sure.
Right, I'm sure
Okay.
under the table.
Inside, I go back through the Malik painting.
Back to the mouth painting. Where do you go?
I'm under the desk, I guess.
Under the desk.
wish
And
you
there's
were-
sheets draped over all of these things. So
Okay,
it
good.
does
Under
at
the
least
desk.
lend
Yeah.
some. Okay, everybody roll stealth again.
Oh, boy. Ooh, 15.
13.
Ooh.
Tilius is going to get
2.
Tell us just put like a lampshade on his head.
17.
Attilius does indeed crawl into the wardrobe, and he slams the door shut on his tail. You guys hear him yelp in pain.
Oh, no.
Cheese and crackers.
Are you okay?
I love that you are the haunted one, and your curse is cheese and crackers. It's like a Scooby-Doo episode.
I was gonna go Knights of Columbus. That hurt.
Knights of
You
Columbus.
slam the door on your tail, scream out cheese and crackers, fling the door back open, and Davik is standing in the door.
Oh.
Next time on the night shift.
I would like a
where?
hot tea with a bit of honey.
Timbo, calm down.
Sure.
I would like give a nice red, a little something on the drier side.
Yes, absolutely. What else? Anything?
What is that really complicated wine name, Gurgenslacker?
Gurgenslacker? Oh yes, of the Fornost Mountains.
Oh, what is it? It's like a really sweet wine. Like, this is actually Lindsey.
Guggenheimer.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, we'll find something
Survivor or something.
similar.
I'd like a large cold glass of information from you as to why you are moving away.
I can't scrape together gold. My soul's already sold. So if you're trapped under a spell, I wish you